Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about geometry basics and we're going to talk about angles. We're going to talk about the classifications of angles. Now, there are four different types of angles that we will deal with typically in geometry: the right angle, the acute angle, the obtuse angle, and the straight angle. And we're going to talk about their definitions, and then we'll talk about the applications of them in the types of questions that you may be asked. So our right angle, okay, many of you already know, a right angle is one that is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, these are the types of angles that you see in rectangles, in squares. Okay, those are the types of angles. Right triangles, there's one of them in a right triangle. That's what makes it a right triangle. So it's equal to 90 degrees. All right, an acute angle is one where it is less than, I put equal to, and we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Again, I'm human. An acute angle is one that measures less than 90 degrees, all the way up from just above 0.0001 all the way up to 89.99999. Okay, if you want to think about the term for it, the smaller something gets, like a little baby, okay, it's a cute little baby. So it's an acute angle. Okay, so an acute angle is one that is less than 90 degrees, whereas an obtuse angle is one that would be greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180. Okay, so it's 90 all the way, it's 90.00001 all the way up to 179.99999. Okay, that's the way that goes. It's a big obtuse angle. Okay, it's greater than 90 degrees. Okay, the one that we have left is a straight angle, and a straight angle is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, that becomes a straight angle. It is straight across. It's basically with just a vertex in the middle. Okay, we talk about the parts of an angle. When we look at an angle, okay, we'll call this one angle A, angle B, or angle A, B, C. Okay, and it's basically two rays that we've talked about in other videos, two rays that start at letter B, ray BA and ray BC. Okay, so this is what's called the vertex, the point where the two rays originate, where they start from, where they come from. Okay, and these parts right here are referred to as sides, just like they would in a triangle. Okay, but they obviously the triangle doesn't get closed in. These would be sides. Okay, sides and our vertex. Okay, so we talk about understanding what an angle is, and then the four different classifications. So where do we apply this? So you'll get asked, angle A is a measure of 42 degrees. What's the classification of that angle? Okay, so 42 is a number that is not equal to 90. It is less than 90. So this becomes an acute angle. Okay, that's all we're asking you to do at this point, is to classify it into one of those four categories. So angle B measures 105 degrees. Now, it's not equal to 90. It's not less than 90. It is greater than 90. So this one becomes an obtuse angle, gets labeled as that. Angle C, by the way, these are angle symbols. Okay, it looks like the angle I drew here. That's not LA or LB or LC. That's an angle symbol. Okay, drawn there so that you can see that. So that's where you're labeling that as. And basically the letter, when we're talking about that, is the vertex that we're talking about here. When they only use one letter to label it, it's the letter that represents its vertex. So angle C is equal to 77 degrees. Not equal to 90. It is less than 90, so this is an acute angle. And angle D is 179 degrees. It's not equal to 90. It's not less than 90. It is greater than 90, and it's not equal to 180. So therefore, this becomes labeled as an obtuse angle. Okay, so now let's look at this rectangle down here on the bottom. And it's a rectangle X, Y, Z, W. It has point U on the midpoint of side XY, and point V is at the midpoint of segment WY. So now it's just labeling the angles and it's asking for the classification. Is it acute? Is it right? Is it obtuse? Is it straight? Okay. Now, these were all labeled with 3 letters. Okay. It's different than the 1-letter one. The 1-letter one just deals with the letter that is the vertex. Okay. With all of these angles on here. Now, if I just said, okay, let's look at angle Y. Well, which angle are we talking about? Angle Y has this angle that goes from there to there. It has this angle that goes from there to there, as Y is the vertex. It also has the one that goes all the way across. Okay, so we have no idea which angle Y would be referring to. So what we do for that is we now come up with 3 letters. One end of the ray to the second, to the vertex, to the other end of the ray. So angle XWZ. XWZ. So we're talking about the angle that comes across there. All right. Now, as I mentioned to you before, this is a rectangle with 2 right angles there. That means these 2 are right angles. So this makes this a right angle. Okay. Angle VWX. VWX. So we're talking about this angle right here from V to W to X. W again being the middle letter. That's my vertex. So it's this one. This is a 90-degree angle. The whole one was a 90-degree angle. This is just part of that. So that means it has to be less than 90 degrees. So therefore it becomes an acute angle. YZW. From Y to Z to W. Again, it's already marked right here as a right angle. So that one makes our life a little bit easier. So that becomes a right angle. YUX. Y to U to X. Now this one can be a little bit tricky if you're not truly paying attention. You'll notice that that is just one side of my rectangle. So it's a straight line segment. So if it's straight, that means it has to be a straight angle, and the angle measure is 180 degrees. So this is a straight angle. All right. And our last one, UYV. U to Y to V. So we're not going all the way to W. It's U, Y, V. So that's this angle right here that we're mentioned right there. All right. So again, this is a full 90-degree angle right there. This is only part of it. So that means it has to be less than 90 degrees. So if it's less than 90 degrees, it has to be an acute angle. Hope this clears up the confusion between the different types of angles. Thank you very much.